What's happening? I've been having these discussions at work about the price of lumber is like in a year, in 2 years time, it has tripled, almost quadrupled in price. And it's like my dude was saying, he was like, dude, he's like, this doesn't seem right. And it's like he was saying that, like, basically just because of the whole situation with the lockdown, they stopped that industry, like they bottled it up, and now they've created like a bubble in a way, for like an inflation bubble, because supply and demand is what they're claiming. But no, he made a good point. He's like, look, the price shouldn't go up because there's less. It just means the supply should run out. But it seems to me like this is the same thing that they do with gasoline and war. They manipulate the prices of gasoline by causing wars, or the assumptions of wars, or it's basically it's wealth redistribution. It's like my grandpa told me a long time ago that this is how it works: is they intentionally crash the economy, and then the people who manipulate the stock market, they pull all of their money out right before they crash it, and then they come back in after the inflation and buy up all the companies and all the resources and materials for pennies on the dollar. But us out here in the streets, we gotta pay dollars for pennies, basically. And it seems like this is just a gouging and scalping, price gouging. They've done this with toilet paper and other resources during this whole. I mean, this is just, they are so straight narking us. And it's like, in a way, they're making it so that only corporations can compete, but corporations basically consolidate. It's a consolidation and centralization of government, and consolidation of power and control. And it's really a monopoly. It's a corporatistic monopoly situation. And frickin' wood everywhere. There ain't no shortage of wood. Look at that tree behind me. There's frickin' trees everywhere, and it's more of this, look, we're running out of places to live. It's like, dude, I drive around sometimes. Well, I don't drive anymore, but I used to. And there are just vast tracts of unoccupied land. I mean, it might be used for, like, for instance, that farmland there, that people could live on that, but they need it for something else at the moment. But there's all kinds of places out there they could use as farmland. Like, there's vast open cut grass parks all around, dude, that are just, it's kind of like they're not letting it forestate, they're not letting it get wild, and they're creating artificial scarcities all over the place. This is more of it's a manipulation, dude. It's price gouging, and they do it with gasoline all the time. And it seems like this was probably intentional. This is when Obama said America used to be known as the greatest country on the planet, and he goes, we want to change that. And here it is. I mean, it's probably like, look, that, like, Iden is probably Obama in a mask, like that movie Mission Impossible, where Tom Cruise is like, has a mask on. But look, I've seen some scary masks. Like, these, like, gay men use these masks to go full drag now. I mean, you can't change the Adam's apple, or the man hips, or the man hands, or the man shoulders, which is so, look, whatever floats your boat, buddy, but I just ain't into all that, and I can see beyond the man behind the curtain, so to speak. But this is the day and age we live in, with deep fake, with fake news, with just false intelligence and misdirection and straight up future faking. which is just, this is the all pervasive narc abuse. And what it is the narcs are creating a narcissistic safe haven through policy, through political means, through treachery, through lying, through propaganda, through false disinformation, misinformation, false intelligence, these people are highly informed with misinformation and disinformation. I mean, misinformation would be like someone who's telling you something and they think that they're telling you something that's true, but they just they're deceived. But disinformation is when you're telling someone a lie and you know it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a whole lot of that going on. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Misinformation is forgivable. Disinformation is unacceptable. And you know, and it's basically, it seems to me that they're causing, like, the inflation is starting to happen already because all this free money going around. It's like, it's like, I haven't got any free money from the government. I was accepted for it, but somebody stole it right away. So I never got to see any of it. But now, people like me, little guy, little man, small business people who've managed to struggle through this whole shenanigans, this Event 201 pandemic situation, and it's like they're trying to weasel us types out. Like this dude was saying, I said this was a few years ago. It was a dude from the UK, and he basically was saying in the UK, the corporations already run it so much. Like, say you wanted to sell DVDs, right? You can't go to a wholesaler and buy like 100 of them for, let's say, a reduced rate from retail. Like, basically, if you want to become a distributor, even if you're a small business guy, you got to pay retail. And then scalp, there's the other one, scalp. You got to scalp a ticket on top of that. But anyone will just go to the main, the only government allowed distributors of it who are getting it for wholesale. They're probably getting it for pennies on the dollar. But the regular guy has to pay max tax. And the people just say, F you, buddy. And they'll go to like the Walmart, the Chinese owned frickin' type organizations frickin' and get it for a reduced rate. So basically they're controlling the flow. It's monopoly, and they're controlling the supply and demand once again, because it's, in a way, they're not allowing competition. So in another way, this is a control freak narc who wants to control the purse, who wants to control the pants, the wallet, and have all the all the leverage. You know what I'm saying? And they control freaks don't relinquish the power once they've attained it. No, they went in for the gusto, and that's their goal, is to go in for the gusto so they can appear to be Mr. Important, and that's a form of narcissistic supply. It all boils back down to the audience, using the audience against you, and for the narcissistic supply. You know what I'm saying? Narcissistic supply and demand. And for them, that's the main demand, is the supply. You know what I'm saying? And for us, we're just caught in the middle, like in a communistic, authoritarian country where only the military, the police have guns, and criminals don't obey gun laws. And look, and a lot of times the criminals are working with the government. It's just they keep it on the low. Like they got all these complicated scapegoating tactics and techniques, and they create these boogeymen, but they're really just propped up like just puppets, puppet dictators, dude. And they're working for sectors of our government that they don't acknowledge. Like there's the black budget privatized section of our government, which is the deep state, it's called. And this is a real true to life. They got multinationals through the Foreign Council on Foreign Affairs and the Trilateral Commission. These are multinational peoples working with global government. So that literally is therefore it's another kind of, that's the real government. These politicians are just figureheads. They're just theater. They're just government-sponsored actors. I mean, Ronald Reagan was an actor. And look, George Bush Sr. was really president. They just had him puppeting and parroting what Mr. Bush was saying to him. And I mean, that's like, right now, in most likelihood, Obama president. And you know what I'm saying? And Manchel is president. And you know, it was like my dude was saying, he's like, Biden probably not really that stupid. I mean, and dude, that asshole started the 3 strikes law. I mean, what a freaking, unt with the C in front. You know what I'm saying? Of a bastard that ood is. You know, I'm awking him out. But anyway, yeah, I don't like him. I don't respect people who are, so exploitative, like that. Knowing knowing that the American government was bringing the cocaine in the 80s during the AC epidemic, which, like, I lost a family member to that whole shenanigan. Like, there was real collateral damage that affected my whole life, dude, because of, and come to find out, it wasn't just grassroots. I can't be just mad at these brothers who were slanging the dope because they had pressure on them from governments. They didn't know that it was the EIOAs that they were doing it for, and they were using that money to fund wars in South America and in the Middle East. And I mean, it's just like, look, dude, the foundation was corrupt. You know, everything from after it, built upon it, is corrupt. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, man. It's like, look, they go into Asia, the Golden Triangle, where all the dope's at. They go to the Middle Eastern Golden Triangle, Afghanistan. That's where all the dope's at. So, and then they're like, there's going to be an opioid crisis. Well, duh, because look, that's why they had all the soldiers over there watching the poppy fields. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this stuff is ridiculous. And it's all manufactured and hyped up, whipped up. But look, it's only me and you, the regular guy, that really feel the sting. And all these ceremonial figureheads there's a blanket of protection on them. They don't have to see it like we do. But look, eventually they will. They'll realize, oh, we sold out everybody for peanuts. And then some other guy's going to come in and be like, and then take everything they loan to you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to line you after they line us up in the plantation, the concentration or the reservation, and go blah, 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 at us. Freaking those people are next. It's like, wait, we only needed you micromanagers when there was all these extra people, but now that they're gone, there's no use for you anymore. Whack. Like, look, like on that Batman where the Joker frickin' had each guy with the bag. When he handed the bag off to the next guy, that guy pulled out a strap. Pat! Murked him. And at the end, the guy goes and hands the bag to the Joker, and then the Joker whacks him. You know what I'm saying? Then takes the money and just burns it anyway. So it's like, look, this is the type of ridiculousness that we're dealing with in these times. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's just my 2 cents for $2. You know what I'm saying, on this whole situation. But much love, God bless, safe travels, take care, peace.